Today I'll find out how much porn is stored on the internet and understand its true scale with a 3D visualization. How do I know how much is it?
Because I watched it all.
First of all, let's calibrate our perception to understand storage capacity. 1 terabyte is usually the storage size of a default computer, not an Apple one. So you can imagine how many videos, photos or documents it can hold. If you search on Google how much porn is on the internet, it says there's over 10,000 terabytes. This number came from a 2019 statement by one site
That you probably know.
which claimed to have 11,000 terabytes of content. So it's safe to say that it's at least 10,000 terabytes. But really, how much is it? I'm afraid you will never find this answer online. So, here where my math skills come in. Using a complex mathematical equation based on a hypothetical graph chart, Fourier transformation, factoring in Schrödinger's cat therapy bill with the Laplace transform, and dividing by the entropy of our scenes, I got the answer. Kind of. I built 3 scenarios. In the first one, I applied power law distribution, which means the top 10 sites store about 80% of all content, while the so-called long tail collectively host maybe 20%, but much of that is duplicates of what's already on big sites. With that in mind, I make some predictions and estimation and get an answer. 50,000 terabytes. This is conservative lower bound from clearly reported sites that you know and can find on Google. But I'm aware that's a lot more content out there. So, in my second method, I included non-moderated videos from different large tube sites and social media platforms, archives, studios, subscription platforms stored content, amateur hosting and pirate archives. I got the result to be around 70,000 terabytes. And finally, the upper plausible bound. Here I try to consider everything, and I'll admit it's get maybe a little bit speculative, but this include all of the above, plus large private collections, backups, archives that aren't public, live content that is stored, all images and GIFs, darknet content and every dusty hard drive in basements around the world. My estimates? 150,000 terabytes. Now let's visualize them in 3D. I'll take a standard 1 terabyte SSD disk with these dimensions as building block. For my first lower bound assumption, I'll need 50,000 of them to stock all that data. If you make a cube with all those SSD disks, it will be that big. For my second assumption is this big, and for upper assumption, this is a cube. But is it much? Let's compare these cubes to the size of whole internet. It's estimated to be around 175 billion terabytes at the end of 2025. And this is the cube I'd get if I stacked all the SSDs needed to store that much data. Come on, people! This is what we can get? Unite, my brothers. We must raise these figures. Everything is in our hands. Each of us is responsible and obligated to contribute as much as he can. I'm kidding, but seriously, storage numbers are not impressive.
You know what's impressive?
The traffic they generate. So, what's internet traffic? For example, you watch one video that is 100 megabytes. The server where this video is stored sends it to you, generating 100 megabytes of traffic. If 10 people watch the same video, the server needs to send this video to each person, and that creates 1000 megabytes of traffic. Got it? Let's move forward. How much traffic does this content generate? The lower bound, that is only 5% of all traffic, all SSDs together form a cube 26 meters tall. Central estimate is 15%, a cube 38 meters tall. Upper plausible bound, that is highly debated, is 30%, a cube 48 meters tall. Now let's put that into perspective. The cube of all internet traffic in 1 year worldwide is this big, 71 meters. That's 7,300,000,000 terabytes. At first, when I was making this video, I assumed porn didn't generate that much traffic, that it was closer to the lower bound. But then I found new statistics from 2024 showing that the top 3 biggest sites had 21.4 billion monthly visits combined. So now, the statement that prawn makes up to 30% of all internet traffic seems more and more plausible.